time again to chill as we serve you pop culture, entertainment, sports, and everything in between. I'm Denise.
And I'm Lourd Veyra. The world is heavy, but we're keeping things light. Cause this is Afternoon Delight. Yo!
Okay, it's Tuesday, June 18.
Happy weekend, Denise.
Happy
Practice
weekend.
lang.
Practice.
lang.
Dapat 5 days nagpa-practice for the weekend. And Tuesday pa nga lang, so we go healthy this time with our chosen delight of the day. Walang iba kundi ang fruit platter.
Meron bang dahilan kung bakit fruit platter ang ating delight of the day?
Siguro kadugtong lang to nung celebration kahapon, no?
Yes.
Nung Ideladaha. Kahapon meron tayong pastil, ngayon fruit platter naman.
Sino ba yung mga mahilig lagi umorder? I just have a fruit platter.
Sino nga ba?
Mga nag-honeymoon, di ba? Tama ba?
May ganun ba?
Oh, di ba? So ano meron tayo sa fruit
So
platter
may
natin?
apples, may grapes, papaya, and watermelon.
Okay. Alam mo yung kasabihan, di ba? An apple a day,
Keeps the doctor away. May iba bang version?
an orange a day keeps the plumber away. In short, lahat ng iba-tabong fruit will throw people off. Yan. Pero okay, apple, alam mo panahon namin, bihirang-bihira ang mansanas sa Pilipinas.
Totoo ba?
Wala naman, oo. Ngayon, bili ka lang naman mansanas kapag Christmas time. Kasi imported siya, mahal. Yung grapes din, ngayon may nagpapatubo na ng grapes sa Pangasinan. Ngayon, dahil sa China, may grapes tayo. Pero namura, pero wag niyong papakain sa mga aso ninyo. Parang awa niyo na. Lason ang grapes sa kanila. This and chocolate and nuts.
Nung maliit ako, ang naalala ko mansanas yung pulang-pula Yung pang Snow White.
Yeah, red apple.
Oo, yung red apple talaga.
Ito ay Fuji yata ito. Pero mas gusto ko to.
Mas gusto ko rin yan.
Mas crunchy.
Mas gusto ko yan.
Yung pula kasi, parang madali siyang malata.
Pero meron ng ganito dati.
Wala pa. Bihirang-bihira. Okay, ang papaya naman, para sa mga may problema sa digestion. At bakit kaya paboritong prutas ito ng mga pumapasok sa seminaryo?
Bakit? Bakit? Sige, explain mo.
Seryoso to.
Bakit nga?
It's supposedly it lowers daw the urge, supposedly.
Yung pakwan naman.
Ang pakwan naman, wag lang nga, may sasabihin sana ang punchline, pero hindi karapat-dapat para sa dalagang Pilipina.
Parang
katabi.
hindi pang 2 p.m. na usapan.
Yes,
pang
pero
2 a.m.
alam mo kung usapan na pang 2 p.m., usapang balita, na magaan. Teka, pagaanin natin to, bitawan ko muna to kasi masakit sa wrist. Makakausap, alam mo ba, may isang pag-aaral, Denise, tama ba, no? Reading SOCMED natin, na bumababa daw ang interes ng mga tao sa news, lalo na sa Pilipinas.
Correct. Oo. Pero, mamaya dadaanan natin yan, Lord, no?
Kasi, maganda pag-usapan yan, kasama siyempre ang isa sa mga kasamahan natin na nasa field lagi. Diba? Pakilala po natin ang News Tribe reporter, si Ginoong Brian Basa. Brian, magandang hapon.
Wow, isang karangalan.
Welcome to Afternoon Delight.
Thank you so much, Lord.
Napapanood lang kita sa TV.
Uy, ikaw din naman, Lord.
Hindi ako yun, si John Lloyd Cruz yun.
Yeah. Nakakalito talaga minsan.
No.
Nakakalito. Minsan yung what gives us away, it's the hat.
Si John Lloyd nung kanyang wala ahit era. Medyo nagkakagulo yun. Pero, okay, pag-usapan muna natin itong unahin natin sa SOCMED siguro bago tayo pumunta doon kay Attorney Roque. Yung sa social media, yung bumababa ang interes sa mga tao sa news. Okay, ano ba ang issue dito according to Reuters, ano?
Sige, pakita rin natin yung
Massive decline daw talaga sa interest ng news. Pero, okay, Bri, habang pinaprepare ni Denise yung mga visuals, bilang isang nasa field lagi, nararamdaman mo ba yun? Wala kang distance so busy ka lagi. Nararamdaman mo ba yung decline ng interest ng tao sa news?
If this is in the form, Lord, na yung pag nagtanong ka sa mga kaibigan mo, sa mga kamag-anak mo, tapos sasabihin na, ay sorry, hindi ako nanonood ng news kasi nag-streaming na lang ako, nanonood na lang ako ng video sa social media, then if that counts as parang disinterest, then may mga ganun talaga na talagang nagdi-disconnect na sila sa sa news because they find it depressing. They find it parang discouraging, demotivating kasi parang kung sila daw yon, parang why would they spend time? Bakit pa sila mag-aatubiling manood ng mga malulungkot na istorya, yung mga istorya na parang nakakadala ng pag-aalala? 'Di ba? Kung pwede namang mag-good vibes na lang, manood na lang ng yung mga reels, yung mga short form videos na nakakatawa, nakakapagdala ng aliw.
Mga pusang kumakanta, ganyan.
Ayan.
Tumatumbling ng mga tuta. Pero pag pumunta sa Netflix, kikita mo yung mga number 1 sa mga serial killer, mga ganyan, mga true crime. Akala ko ba, ayaw yung negative and stress. Gusto nyo stress-free. Pero weird nga yan, Brian. No? Tama yan. Isa sa mga sinasabi ng, ayoko ng news kasi... Pero manunood sila kung merong isang major na development. You've been with two news agency, networks na, yes. Brian, no? Before TV5. Sa tingin mo ba, nagkakaroon lang ng interest kapag merong, let's say, malaking balita talaga, no? Contained lahat yung elemento ng newsworthiness?
Usually yan, Lourd, pag trending, pag viral, yan. Actually, they go together, viral and trending. Or it's really something major na it probably involves their taxes.
Kasi damay sila.
Oo. Kasi pera ng taong bayan, they always say, di ba? Sa halimbawa, merong for example, official magsasabi, merong bagong proyekto, merong bagong initiative. Siyempre sasabihin ng tao, congratulations to the Filipino people because it's our taxes that made it happen.
Pwede rin.
Di ba?
Oo, pero mayroong isa may kinalaman pa dyan. Okay, tingnan natin ito So, ayon po sa, tama ba? Reuters Institute Digital News Report or DNR. Ito for June 17 lang nilabas. Okay? So, adult Filipinos are relying less. Ito, ibang ibang stream ng development ito. Ang Facebook as source of news, nagde-decline na rin. Bakit? Dahil nasa TikTok sila lahat.
Actually, yun ang isang sinabi, no? Na lumipat na sila sa TikTok.
Okay. So, may interesting dito marami silang sinurvey almost 95,000 adults across 47 media markets, including 2,000 plus Filipinos. Okay, for the first time in the Philippines, bumaba ang Facebook as news na source from 72 to 61%. Matindi. Okay, pero sinabi rin dito kasi yung dahilan, okay? Ang dahilan ay overload raw, okay? Banda rito yun. Okay, fragmentation of news. Okay, maliban sa news consumption habits, isa sa mga sinasabing dahilan nga raw ay na-overload daw ang mga overload, pero
sa dami na yung
kapag nag-binge sila sa, halimbawa, mga videos ni Ivana Alawi, walang overload. Pansin ko lang. Ganyan. Okay, Bri, news consumption habits driven by the emergence of newer platforms. Yung sinasabi natin ng elemento ng newsworthiness, relevance, timeliness, oddity, prominence, proximity, consequence, conflict, lalong-lalo yung conflict,
novelty.
Ayan. Hindi ba nagbabago itong mga ito o nadadagdagan pa ng isang elemento?
Isa pa? Ano yun?
Hindi ko alam. Shareability. Ano tingin mo? Diba? Parang ito yung news na gusto mong i-share sa iyong account. Sa iyong, di ba? Sa personal account mo.
Parang relatability, no? Pero
actually, kahit hindi sa feed mo, kahit sa mga friends and family mo, madali na kasi talaga.
O covered ba siya nung isa doon sa mga ilang elemento ba yun? Kalimutan ko, tagal ko na pumunta ng journal school Anyway, ayan.
Di ba, no? Although yun nga, yung mga principles ng journalism, yung newsworthiness, and sa tingin ko naman, yung mga veterans natin sa newsroom ang magsasabi na kahit ano pa ang maging avenue ng nagbabalita, mapa social media man yan, traditional media, hindi nagbabago yung principles. Kasi nga, yun ang yun ang ating parang saligan whenever we go out in the field and gather information, kasi doon natin binabatay kung ito ba kakagatin ba to ng tao or ito ba pakikinggan ba to ng tao. Pero I guess Lourd, yung pagsabing ito naman, philosophical level tayo.
Hindi.
Pag sinabing proximity,
Game tayo.
di ba yung
Yeah.
proximity, ano ba yung traditional definition nito sa traditional journalism? Yung pag malapit sa iyo yung balita, di ba?
Malapit sa bituka, kumbaga.
So yun nga, parang nagbabago na rin yung or nag-evolve yung definition siguro ng proximity. We can look at it that way na yung proximity, it's proximate to your interests, proximate to, di ba? Parang malapit siya sa, like you said, malapit sa bituka. Therefore, it makes it relatable, and dahil meron na tayong social media, it makes the story shareable. Kaya kahit storya pa yan tungkol sa pusa, tungkol sa mga kahit anong cute, di ba? Parang hindi naman prominent yung tao. Hindi naman, halimbawa, kahit malayo pa yan, pero kung cute yan at nakaka-relate ka kasi cute yan, it's gonna be shared. Di ba?
Alam mo ba, matinding balancing act ang ginagawa ng mga executives, no, sa mga newsroom, kung paano babalansehin yung sinabi mong yung code, yung idealismo, no, yung ang newsroom bilang sagrado ng katotohanan versus yung need rin na balansehin mo yung sa ratings. Okay. Bago pa tayo pumunta ron, sa mga suplado na lagi umaangal, relevance. Anong kinalaman, anong halaga, bakit nagsisimula ang newscast ninyo sa dalawang lasing na nagsaksakan dahil nagbanggaan ng mga pedicab nila, halimbawa kunyari, or nagkaubusan sila ng iniinom nilang whiskey o rum, mumurahin, ganyan, di ba?
Oo.
Or
Yes.
biniro yung isa kasi parang ganyan, di ba? Anong kinalaman ko sa problema sa dalawang lasing? Sorry, pero yung proximity na yun ay hindi para sa iyong suplado ng middle class na intellectual, kundi para doon sa mga kauri din. Kadalasan, di ba?
Yes.
Oo. Kasi, halimbawa, yung mga issue ng mga nakawan ng mga tricycle pedicab na yan, mas malapit yan sa buhay nila. Rather than you, snobby.
Tigil na natin dyan. Oo.
Saka diba, kung, of course, we will leave it to the executive producers of the shows kung bakit nga ba inuuna nila yung mga ganito klase story. Pero, a journalist friend of mine told me na, diba, kung ako, magulang ako, at napanood ko to sa TV, crime story, tapos nagkataon, nakatira pala ako dun sa area na yon. Diba, ako, magulang, yung anak ko, halimbawa, siyempre, paiiwasin ko dumaan dyan kasi gusto ko mag-ingat yung anak ko. So, medyo may konting element there of, awareness, making the people alert. Yon, parang warning. Ganon.
Oo. Tapos, all over the globe daw, 60 plus countries, pinag-aralan to. 60 plus countries ang pupunta, ang boboto ngayon, kakaroon ng mga very important elections. That will change the fate of their particular governments. Kasi alam mo sa Europe, may shift na to the far right. May consequence din to the rest of the world. Pero Bri, ito ba, halimbawa, yung napanood ko isang interview mo kahapon
Yan.
na lumabas, kagabi ba ito? Kasi di ba, naging
Yan ang talagang
mainit yung
inaabangan.
balitaan.
Okay.
Okay. Ito ba, may proximity ba ito? Halimbawa, itong issue sa napabalitang, hindi ko nga, alam ba yung issue ng mga tao dito? Malaki yung sweldo. Si dating spokesperson Harry Roque, na sinasabi na may nakitang dokumento at siya'y vouching for si AR, sabi nga ni Juan.
AR, yun pala.
Executive
palayas.
Assistant 3.
Medyo mataas-taas yung
Salary grade 20, no? So, ano ba ang... Kung hihimayin natin, bago tayo pumunta doon sa interview mo, kung hihimayin natin, ano ba ang interest dito? Bakit nagtitrending siya? Ito ba yung nanggagaling from a place of hostility from a certain sector of society o ano?
Balikan natin yung principles ng newsworthiness. Una, dahil former presidential spokesperson si Harry Roque, that makes him a prominent person, especially in politics, kahit sabihin pa natin na former siya. Pag nagsalita siya, 'di ba? Merong weight yung kanyang sinasabi, no? Especially now na lumalabas siya sa mga prayer rallies. We'll talk about that later. At pinakikinggan
Mukhang he
siya ng
got
tao.
what he prayed for.
Ayan o, di ba?
Sorry.
So, the fact na news outlets are carrying that, sabihin, may weight yung kanyang statement. As a prominent political figure, tapos, it's really not much about proximity, but more about yung...
As travel companion, may proximity siguro.
May-
Hindi, joke lang. Okay, tuloy. Okay.
Yun, pero, going back to this, di ba, ito, should I say there's a bit of conflict, I guess, kasi you are a public official, tapos merong nakitang dokumento na pirmado mo sa isang lugar na ni-raid ng police. That, I think, sets the conflict. That,
Conflict of interest.
yun.
I don't think an item naman has to contain everything. Pero isa o dalawa lang okay na yun.
Yes.
Okay, so alam natin na yung that whole brouhaha. Pero nung sa interview mo, Bri, mukhang cool lang naman siya. Sinasagot niya ng walang kapanik-panik. Parang mahinahon. At sinabi niya na matagal na yan. Marami yan sila. IT person pala who takes care of the social media. Tama nga ba?
Oo. May mga clarify siya si Attorney Roque dun sa mga dun nga sa issue surrounding that. Yan, nakita natin yung interview natin last night. He was all smiles actually. Kasi galing siya nun sa speech. He was the last person to speak at the prayer rally held in Angeles City, Pampanga. So imagine, Lourd, from here.
Yun ang proximate.
Oo, proximate kasi holiday kahapon, di ba?
Yes,
So medyo
yes,
walang
yes.
traffic. So medyo medyo may proximity naman kung tutuusin, di ba?
Okay, malapit doon.
Malapit sa
Aha, sige. So tuloy.
di ba? Remember, yung kung saan ni-raid yung Pogo Hub na ni-raid is in Porac, which is another town in Pampanga. Then the prayer rally was held in Angeles City. Tapos, of course, former President Rodrigo Duterte didn't make it. So nag-video message lang siya.
Pupunta dapat siya doon.
Oo, kasi prayer rally ng mga Duterte. Tapos, at mga supporters. And then, so Attorney Harry Roque was the last person to speak. Ayan. So, of course, dun sa part na yon, this is not the first time na may prayer rally, di ba? Ang mga Duterte. So, he, of course, echoed the sentiments, yung sinasabi niya na sentiments daw ng taong bayan, which is kailangan daw papanagutin ang mga Marcos sa mga pangako na hindi raw natutupad. So, yun yung sinabi niya doon sa speech.
Okay.
Oo.
Pero ano
bakit?
sinabi niya dun sa, sorry,
Ay,
ano muna yung sinabi niya dun sa, yung pumutok na issue, kung saan nga, kung bakit nakita yung papel,
Pero
yung
wait, hindi niya in-address naman siguro sa prayer rally yun, ano?
Hindi.
Dun sa interview mo, dun sa interview mo.
Oo, kaya nga medyo medyo lumapit na tayo talaga kasi at makikita niyo rin naman sa body language niya ni Attorney Roque na at some point nung tinatanong ko na yung tungkol dun sa documents that were found in the raided Pogo Hub, medyo umiiwas na, medyo naglalakad na siya. So of course I had to catch up with him, 'di ba? So he said, essentially yung sinabi niya, he echoed what the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission said last Saturday na yung mga dokumento had no criminal nature. So, parang innocent yung
So,
documents.
ang
in-echo
una
niya.
mong tinanong ay tungkol sa documents.
Yan.
Una.
Actually, hindi.
O yung
medyo
nirekta mo na agad
may
yung-
siningit muna ako kasi dahil nga he came from the speech.
Yes.
'Di ba? And by the way, yung closing song nila was Bayan Ko. So talagang very, very dramatic yung
hanep.
very dramatic yung
Okay.
quite dramatic for them. Yung
Ibong
moment
mang
na
may
yun.
layang lumipad.
Yeah, may torch lighting and people were holding up their phones like this. Yung merong may flashlight. So talagang it was a moment for them, if you would ask them. Then after that, so I asked first muna na, attorney, is this the Dutertes, presenting themselves as the opposition? Kasi, 2025 is just around the corner. Tapos after 2025, 2028 na.
Officially, nasabi mo.
Di ba? Parang, is this opposite? Kasi, and there were calls, by the way, from the audience, yung mga participants sa rally, na ang tarpaulin sila, BBM resign. So they were asking the President Bongbong Marcos to step down Kasi feeling nila ay hindi natupad yung mga pangako ng administrasyon. So I asked Attorney Roque, is that kumbaga, ito po ba paraan ng pagpresenta ng mga Duterte bilang opposition? Although he said, he clarified it right away na hindi, it's not Duterte versus Marcos, it's taong bayan versus the Marcos administration. Kumbaga, it's a form of asking the Marcos administration to be accountable for the promises they made, for their campaign promises. Yon. So, hindi daw, dahil wala naman daw eleksyon, hindi naman daw tumatakbo sa eleksyon ang mga taong ito, hindi raw masasabi na opposition sila. At least, based on what we asked them last time. And then, saka ko pinasok yung tungkol dun sa documents. Na, which of course, medyo, dahil na hindi siya related medyo sa rally, di ba? So, medyo pumasintabi ako ng konti. And then, he answered it naman right away. And sabi ni Attorney Roque, nagsalita na ang PAO-CC, ang sabi ay walang criminal nature yung mga dokumento. These are innocent documents that happen to be there in the Pogo Hub. And then medyo naglalakad-lakad na siya pala.
After sinagot niyo yun,
medyo gumagalaw
kasi
na siya.
Mukhang nasense yun na yung susunod na tanong.
Yeah. The next question, of course, and because ito rin kasi yung mga lumalabas sa social media, whenever you search this issue, si Attorney Roque at saka si Alberto de la Serna, ang lumalabas usually is pageant title holder.
Yes.
And of course, some people would ask, parang anong ginagawa niya dyan? Because, di ba?
Ano bang profile?
Yan. So, yun ang tinanong natin kay Attorney Roque na, okay, ano po ba itong qualifications ni AR de la Serna? So, aside from being a pageant title holder, apparently, he holds a bachelor's degree in business administration.
Okay.
So, college graduate daw si AR de la Serna. Graduate daw siya sa isang university sa Tagbilaran, Bohol. Tapos, he elaborated na galing pala sa political family ito.
Family nga raw
Si AR de la Serna. So we looked it up. Merong isang dating governor ng Bohol ang pangalan ay Victor de la Serna. I think Victor is also a bar top-notcher. Was a bar top-notcher. Victor de la Serna used to be governor of the province of Bohol. Tapos meron pa raw isa pang kamag-anak si AR na vice mayor naman dati. So, sabihin, merong political roots.
Brian, singit ko lang, no? Kasi, di ba, nailatag yung profile niya, college graduate siya, comes from a political family. Pero, yung isa sa mga tanong ng ating mga netizens is, does that give him the license to take care or be, kumbaga,
overqualified nga
travel companion nga kasi, sabi, for medical reasons, di ba? Meron bang gano'n? May background ba siya sa ganyan? Sa medical background?
Well, yan ang hindi masyadong inelaborate ni Attorney Roque. But again, ito lobas na rin sa Philippine Star ito, lobas na rin sa ibang publications na yung degree na hawak ni AR is business administration. So, not healthcare, hindi nursing, hindi medicine, it's business administration. Although, we have to remember his position is executive assistant. So, kung nasaan ang boss mo, doon ka rin.
Yun.
Di ba? Oh, by the way, tama na mention mo rin, Lourd, kanina, yung IT. Ayun, so yun din pala. Yun din yung role ni AR de la Serna when Attorney Roque was in Malacanang na tumulong daw sa social media presence ni Attorney Roque itong si AR de la Serna at yung mga kaibigan nito kasi magbabarkada raw sila na nagtulong-tulong para dun sa social media presence ni Attorney Roque. Even nung elections, tumakbo si Attorney Roque, it was an unsuccessful bid. AR de la Serna and his friends also helped him with that, yung social media presence.
Sayang yung effort. Mukhang magagaling pa naman, di ba?
Yeah.
Tama? So overqualified pala pagdating sa... Pero anyway, ito ba yung first time mo na-interview na ba si Attorney Roque in the past, right?
Yes. Nung during that rally by Pastor Apollo Kibuloy's supporters sa may Liwasang Bonifacio. Yun. So, yun naman, before I remember that one, before naman siya sumalang sa stage for his speech. Saka siya nagpa-interview.
Oh, kasi
Yun.
tinanong, I only ask kasi baka may na-notice kang may pagbago ba sa demeanor niya, tono niya, nung tinanong mo yung,
Yun naman, lagi siyang diretsyong sumagot. Saka actually mabilis nga, medyo mabilis ding magsalita si attorney minsan.
matara yan, ha?
Pero in fairness, last night he was all smiles. Talagang kasi inabangan ko eh. So I'm not sure if anyone from the organizers informed Attorney Roque that News 5 was there and that we were aiming to conduct an interview with him because there were also other news organizations, if I'm not mistaken, kahit One News tried to get Attorney Roque kahapon, but he declined because he was at the rally. So yun yung dahilan nun. Kaya
I'm sure hindi magpapa-interview yan.
John, kaya
Pero ninja ka. You are a ninja.
Nagawa ng paraan.
Galing mo, ha?
Thank you. Kailangan natin gawin to kasi syempre.
Aabangan ang subject, pounce when ready, at yung diskarte niya o sa mga gusto maging reporters yan balang araw, ha? Yun. Hindi nyo, tatanungin ng rekta yung isang tao kung lalong mabigat yung issue. Swabe muna. Kasi the human factor.
Yes.
Thank you sa'yo. Alam mo, bitin tong usapan natin. Kailangan pa natin ng 3 round pa dito. Pero salamat sa'yo.
Thank you.
Basa.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Reporter na nakascoop sa mainit na issue. Alright? Kayo po ay nanonood pa rin ng Afternoon Delight. Break po muna. Saglit lang kasi babalik pa rin po tayo. More stories coming up sa aming pagbabalik. Diyan lamang po kayo. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Babalik po ang Afternoon Delight dito po sa One News. Ako po si Lourd de Veyra.
At ako naman po si Denise Tan. Magandang hapon po ulit sa inyo. Thank you for staying with us.
Alright, our top story today is the Philippines calling out China's, quote, deceptive and misleading claims. Let's over the latest collision of Filipino-Chinese warships in the West Philippine Sea. The details from News 5 correspondent Brian Castillo.
China broke the news that another collision incident has occurred in Ayungin Shoal yesterday. The China Coast Guard said the incident happened around 6 in the morning on June 17. They said the resupply vessel of the Philippines illegally entered Ayungin Shoal, which is still part of our exclusive economic zone. China said that they warned the Philippines that they are violating the International Maritime Collision Avoidance Rules. But they claimed that our vessel ignored this and deliberately approached their ship, resulting in collision. The armed forces of the Philippines refused to discuss the operational details on the vessel's humanitarian rotation and resupply mission at the Ayungin Shoal. AFP said they will not dignify China's recent deceptive and misleading claims. They pointed out the bigger issue in the story, China's illegal presence in our EEZ. The incident happened days after the implementation of China's no trespassing rule in the South China Sea. Maritime security expert Ray Powell warned that the Philippines will struggle in negotiating with China if the bigger country arrested supposedly trespassing Filipinos.
That could easily turn into a hostage diplomacy kind of situation where you can imagine there would be a lot of pressure, domestic pressure on the government to get your person back for understandable reasons. And China could try to use that as an opportunity to put additional pressure on the government to make other concessions in other areas.
All right, Philippine allies are condemning the latest collision incident in disputed waters. U.S. Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson slammed China's action, saying it hindered lawful maritime operation. For its part, France underscored the importance of resolving disputes through dialogue and cited Manila's 2016 Arbitral Award. New Zealand sees China's recent act as dangerous and threatening lives and safety. The nation also called for a peaceful resolution to the West Philippine Sea row. Meantime, Japan reiterated its grave concern over what it said are repeatedly aggressive actions by the Chinese Coast Guard.
And here are now more stories from One News. U.S. National Security spokesman John Kirby confirms the death of the missing Filipino crew member aboard MV Tudor. The ship was attacked by Houthi rebels in the Red Sea on June 12. 21 of the 22 Filipino seafarers on the ship have made it home safely yesterday. The camp of suspended Banban Mayor Alice Guo has submitted a clarification letter to Malacanang today. That's regarding the issues and controversies she's currently facing. Guo has been suspended and is under investigation over her alleged ties with illegal Pogo Interlac. Former Technology and Resource Center Deputy Director Denise denies involvement in illegal Pogo operations in Central Luzon. He is responding to Senator Risa Hontiveros, who revealed documents showing him as a representative of Pogo hubs in Bambantarlac and Porac, Pampanga. Cunanan stressed he only acted as an independent consultant. Cunanan was earlier sentenced to 26 years in prison for his involvement in the Priority Development Assistance or PDAF scam. And oil companies have implemented an increase in the prices of fuel products today. Diesel prices will be more expensive by up to 1 peso and 75 centavos per liter, gasoline by 85 centavos, and kerosene by nearly 2 pesos.
Alright, konting good news naman. Okay, sa Batangas, there's a dessert shop na nag-viral because naglagay siya ng notice for new hires.
Oh.
Naghahanap sila ng mga empleyado.
Oh, anong hanap?
Pero ang hanap nila, usually, di ba, parang fresh ba?
Pleasing personality.
GRO naman yan, trabaho na yan.
Di ba yun yung lagi nasa mga sine
may
movies?
may iba pa fresh eh.
Fresh? Totoo ba?
Oo, fresh. Pero ito, ang hanap niya, mga lolo at lola. Mobile Journal, Julie Baiza has the story.
Age doesn't matter, pero hindi lang daw yan sa pag-ibig, kundi sa trabaho at opportunities din. Pinuri ng netizens ang job posting na ito ng dessert shop sa Lipa, Batangas na Pink Patisserie. Ang hanap kasi nila mga lolo't lolang empleyado. Kwento ni Ma'am Ebet, naniniwala kasi siyang kulang ang oportunidad para sa mga senior citizen sa bansa.
Kasi 60 plus, ano pa yan able, ano pa, ang lalakas pa, di ba? Ako, malapit ako mag-senior, pero able na able ako. So why not? Para ma-feel din nila na, mayroon pa tayong part sa community. So nakatulong ka na, hindi naman ganun kalaking sweldo, financially, mentally, yung mental health nila, matutulungan mo rin kasi magiging happy sila sa workplace nila.
Magaan lang daw ang magiging trabaho ng mga hire nilang nasa 3 hanggang 4 na seniors. Magsisilbi silang crew o server sa dessert shop at ang pasok, 4 na oras lang.
So ayaw namin silang stressin na 8 hours a day. So 4 hours is enough para ma-enjoy lang nila.
Lagi rin naman daw aalalay sa kanila sina Ma'am Ebet, ang kanyang daughter-in-law at pamangkin na katuwang niya sa negosyo. Sa July pa ang planong reopening nila Ma'am dahil ongoing pa ang expansion ng shop. Pero ngayon pa lang, dagsa na ang mga aplikanteng lolo at lola.
Iniipon na namin lahat ng mga nasubmit na resumes. So by Wednesday, start na namin siyang i-trim down. So mag-i-screening kami by Wednesday.
Umaasa si Ma'am na marami pang kapwa niya negosyante ang ma-inspire sa naging hakbang niya.
Sana maka-inspire sa ibang mga maliliit na businesses na, di ba, parang oo nga, tama, pwede tayong mag-hire ng senior. Kasi para naman mabigyan din natin ng, di ba, kung gano'n natin kalabi yung mga elders natin, kahit hindi natin relative. Kumaga mafe-feel nila na importante pa rin kami, parang gano'n.
Sa gayon, excited na sila Ma'am na makasama ang magiging bagong bahagi ng kanilang team at pamilya. Tinitiyak niya na mag-e-enjoy daw ang mga ito sa bagong oportunidad para sa ating mga lolo at lola. Mobile Journal Julie Baiza po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Alam mo, tama yan, Denise. Ang dami-daming mga trabaho na feeling ko mas bagay ang mga mas advanced sa buhay. Halimbawa, Yung hindi involving, let's say, anything heavy
Lifting.
lifting or mabilis ang lakad, bagay sila. Halimbawa, para sa akin, ang bartender dapat, kung ang idea mo ng bartender ay hindi lang nagbibigay siya ng drinks, pero someone you can converse to, a senior would be the perfect. Lalo na kung may pinagdadaanan ka, galing siguro ang insight sa mga lolo.
Oo, kasi pinagdaanan na rin nila yun. And it's really good to give this opportunity to the elderly kasi hindi lang to nakakatulong sa kanila financially, lalo na yung mga hindi na makakuha ng trabaho. And physically also, maiwasan yung muscle atrophy.
Correct.
Diba?
At, alam mo, marami kasi mas nade-depress sila kapag wala silang purpose sa buhay. At ito, nagulat ako dati sa Hong Kong, sa McDonald's, ang mga crew, may mga bata rin.
Yes.
Part ng crew, nagliligpit ng mga lolo at
Elderly. Yeah,
lola.
that's true. Oo.
At kita mo, nag-enjoy sila. At alam mong, it keeps them, yung, di ba, tama, Rolling Stone gathers no moss. Pero, anong mga trabaho pa bagay ang mga lolo at lola sa tingin mo?
Siguro pwede nga yun, yung mga behind the cashier, nothing too strenuous.
Bookstore. Pwede rin, di
Reception,
ba? Bookstore.
bookstore.
Bibili mo ba yan? Hindi bagay siya yan. Hindi mo matatapos yan.
Alam na nila ganon.
Opo. Sports, medyo analysis bagay. Feeling ko. Okay, sports news now. After clinching their first ever PBA title last Sunday, the Meralco Bulls head coach Luigi Trillo shares his winning formula. Here's a portion of his interview with The Big Story.
Very first title of the franchise. That's saying something. How are you feeling, as Sean said?
Yeah, a bit overwhelmed. Surreal last night. We finished the game about 10, but I went to sleep at 8 a.m. We went to Hard Rock in Makati with the whole team, with our families. Enjoyed their 8, had a bit of a band there, and then, couldn't sleep. But this is a long time coming. I've joined Meralco. This is my 11th year. The last 10 years have been great, but, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Four final appearances, 14 semifinals, and, never there. And then this was a special year. I mean, we started out 3-5, 2 practices before our first game. We had to give them days off because we've had a busy year joining the ESL, PBA, the Doha Cup. And it just all fell into place. But, proud of the whole organization.
When did you feel that you really had it in the bag? Was it just in the final minutes of the ball game, of the last game?
Yeah, no, we never felt like that at all. But what we wanted to do was be at our best. You have to give these guys confidence too and make them believe. I think those tough times through the course of this season made us stronger. I think that we knew in our hearts this whole year that we probably had the hardest practices and we were in shape. And then I think the culminations when we were 3-5, we were 11th out of 12 teams. We won, we beat some of the tougher teams. We went on a 4-game winning streak, and then obviously we beat the NLEX. This Ginebra clash in the semis really brought out the best from the guys and the coaching staff.
Did you make some changes, or has it just been like, sa pakikisama and getting to know each other through time?
Well, a big help for us is Coach Nenad Vucevic. He is our active consultant, and our bosses gave us the opportunity to work together. We work closely together. He brings a different background. He's been all over the world. I think it's great that we bring in international coaches to improve everything here. And I think we had everybody locked in.
More sports news for you this Tuesday. The Boston Celtics are NBA champs this year, their first since 2008. Celtics dominated the Dallas Mavericks 106-88 in Game 5 of the Finals. Celtics guard Jaylen Brown bagged the Finals MVP with 20.8 average points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.0 assists in the entire final series. This is the Celtics' 18th title, making them the franchise with the most number of championships in the league history. And here at home, 8 of the world's best men's team are in town for the Volleyball Nations League. The Netherlands and Brazil will open up the games this afternoon at the Mall of Asia Arena, followed by a showdown between Canada and crowd favorite Japan. And boxers Nesty Petesio and Carlo Paalam will carry our flag and lead the Philippine team in the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics. The Philippine Olympic Committee chose the two because of their stellar performance in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, where they won silver medals. Team Philippines has 15 athletes competing in the Paris Olympics, which kicks off on July 26. Signal TV is the game's official broadcaster in the Philippines.
And Denise, speaking of the Olympics, Filipino archer Agustina Bantilok has qualified for the 2024 Paralympic Games. Mobile Journal Denise Valdesancho has the story.
It's Pinoy pride all over Paris at bibida dyan ang 55-year-old para-archer para sa 2024 Paralympics. Kilalanin natin siya. Sasalang sa 2024 Paralympic Games sa Paris ang tubong kalinga na si Agustina Bantilok. Yan ay matapos niyang maabot ang minimum qualification standard and qualifying sa pamamagitan ng Bipartite Commission invitation. Pero bago ito, her journey goes way back.
Dati nang may archery dito sa Baguio, pero meron na po yung mga yung mga parang local laro ng mga ng archery. So may nakilala po kaming isang dating archer din na si Coach Tampuan na makaibigan ng mga may kapansanan. So doon parang nagkaroon siya ng idea na subukan yung para archery na sa amin.
Taong 2011 nang makuha niya raw ang kanyang big break internationally during the SEA Games in Indonesia. Ngayon, 13 years na siya sa napiling larangan. Pero hindi pala archery ang first love ni Agustina.
Yes, kasi 2003 is Philippine team na ako, pero ako ay isang powerlifter hanggang 2009. Nung nagbukas ang pintuan ng archery, sinubukan natin at parang ito na yun kasi unang-una is tiga rito yung aming coach. Kaya parang mas naging madali para sa akin ang mag-training ng archery.
Mula sa buhatan ng mabibigat na barbell, ngayon, pagbabalanse naman ng bow and arrow ang focus niya. Pero sports actually came later in her life at ito ay matapos makilala ang asawa. Late bloomer man, pero sobra ang pasasalamat ni Agustina sa oportunidad na makapaglaro.
Actually, kaming mga may kapansanan, hindi naman, kumbaga meron din kaming kakayahan. Yun nga lang at kuminsan hindi lang napapansin. Pero ngayon na nagbukas yung sport sa amin, malaking tulong ito sa amin kasi nung nagbukas yung sport dito kami nabigyan ng pagkakataon na mapasama sa sa ating komunidad.
Sa kabila ng lahat, naniniwala si Agustina na kung gusto mo ang isang bagay, lahat gagawin mo para dito. At ito ang paniniwalang bitbit niya hanggang Paris.
Siyempre masaya ako dahil na parang naabot ko na yung gusto kong maabot at saka nagpapasalamat tayo din sa Diyos dahil pinakinggan yung ating dasal.
Let us all wish our athletes a big good luck for the upcoming Paris Olympics and Paralympics. At tulad ng hindi nila pagsuko para sa bayan, may we always support them through thick and thin. Mobile Journal Denise Valdesancho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Now you're still watching Afternoon Delight here on the One News. It is time for a very quick break, but we will be back with more stories in a bit.
June 18, 1940. In London, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill tells his people to prepare for their struggle against Nazi Germany during World War II.
That if the British Empire and its Commonwealth last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
1815. France's Napoleon Bonaparte meets his final defeat on the battlefield. He and his forces are beaten by British and Prussian troops at the Battle of Waterloo in Belgium. The defeat forces Napoleon into exile for the second and last time. 1812. The United States declares war on Britain just decades after winning its independence from London. What becomes known as the War of 1812 lasts more than 2.5 years. 1928. Amelia Earhart becomes the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. The aviator completes a non-solo flight from Newfoundland, Canada to Wales in about 21 hours. 1983. Astronaut Sally Ride becomes America's first woman in space, blasting off aboard Space Shuttle Challenger. And 1942. Singer-songwriter Paul McCartney, former member of the rock band The Beatles, is born in Liverpool, England. Today in history, June 18th. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
A legendary lost live album from Paul McCartney and Wings is no longer laying low. Originally recorded live at Abbey Road Studios for a documentary film, One Hand Clapping was never officially released, but it is out now on vinyl, CD, and digital. That's David Bowie performing The Who's I Can't Explain. The cover comes from the Bowie box set Rock and Roll Star, featuring 29 previously unreleased recordings from the Ziggy Stardust era. New York power pop icons the DBs have reissued their debut album. Stands for Decibels, originally released in 1981, but was never pressed on vinyl in the U.S. until now. Rocking out in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Power pop. Yes, sorry.
We're back. You're still watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Denise.
At ako naman po, si Mr. Supra Barangay 2012, Lourd de Veyra. Happy birthday, Paul McCartney, 82 years old.
Happy birthday.
Alright. Plano ng Department of Science and Technology, DOST, na buhayin ng salt industry sa pamamagitan ng pag-introduce sa market ng flavored salt. Flavored, asin na may lasa. Ano naman kaya mga lasa niyan? May pineapple.
Wag
Ito ang
sana.
reporting mo, Journal, Francis Orsho.
Pangunahing pampalasa sa pagkain ang asin. Pero paano kung may ile-level up pa at magkakaroon yan ng flavor? Kung ano ang ikinaalat ng asin, ang siya namang ikinatabang ng produksyon nito sa Pilipinas. 72% kasi ng kailangang asin sa bansa, ini-import pa abroad. Pero heto, ang DOST Industrial Technology Development Institute, may programa na para dyan. Ang mapataas ang value o halaga ng asin sa pamamagitan ng paglikha ng mga flavored salt.
Para namin matulungan na ma-augment din yung value adding nung salt. It's not only improving the quality, but also another a product we come up with a flavored or gourmet salts.
Meron silang 3 klase ng flavored salt. May lasang seaweed, mushroom at hipon. Gumamit sila ng taste stunts para magkaroon ng ibang lasa ang asin. Concentrated flavorant yan mula sa extract ng green seaweed, shiitake mushroom at ulo ng hipon. Pagkatapos ay ihalo ito sa brine solution na kombinasyon ng asin at tubig. Pero hindi lang bago ang mga flavor. Kumpara kasi sa regular na asin, ang mga flavored salt mas healthy gamitin.
Hindi lang alat yung ating asin, but a certain distinct flavor, tinatawag namin umami taste stunts. Since we infuse flavorants, less po ang sodium. So, it would have an healthier impact din.
Ang flavored salt, perfect daw gamitin bilang rekado at pampalasa sa pagluluto, pag-iihaw, pagpiprito, pati na for baking. At dahil level up nga ang imbensyon na ito, kinilala lang naman ang flavored salt sa international stage. Nagwagi ito ng gold prize sa 2023 Seoul Invention Fair at bronze medal sa 49th International Exhibition of Inventions sa Geneva, Switzerland nito lang Abril. Hindi mawawala sa kusina ng mga Pinoy ang asin, pero mas malayo pa ang mararating nito sa tulong ng siyensya at lalo na kung may sapat na suporta. Mobile journalist Francis Orsho po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Now moving on to the latest in local showbiz. Talent manager and showbiz vlogger Oji Diaz has filed his counter affidavit to the cyber libel case lodged by actress Bea Alonzo. Alonzo claimed that she's a victim of malicious information from a basher which was discussed on Diaz's online show. Diaz answered with a charge of perjury with damages against Alonzo. The nation's girl group Beanie surpasses Taylor Swift on Spotify as the most listened to artist in the Philippines. Beanie first entered the Spotify charts in February and has been ranking well since. Swift held the top spot for nearly 1,000 days. And the hitman, David Foster and Friends concert is happening in Manila tonight, June 18. Foster will be joined by Catherine McPhee, Brian McKnight, and pop group All for One. Filipino artist JV Decena and Joaquin Garcia are also in the bill. Stella Hero of P-pop boy group SB19 will have a special opening performance in the concert.
At eto na. Oras na ulit para sa I Saw the Signs. Denise, ang tema ng ating science ngayon ay creepy edition.
Naku, bakit naman? June pa lang.
June pa lang ba? Basta.
Oh, okay lang. Sige lang.
Kasi marami raw nakakatakot sa mabuhay natin ngayon. Ito na. First photograph, this container contains a disease which has no known cure. Hindi ko mabasa.
Tama. There's no cure.
Ayun, nakasulat sa likod ng truck.
Oo.
Okay. Kasi baka nga may mga makukulit, buksan, di ba? Para takutin kayo. Pero sa totoo, alam mo laman lang yan?
Ano?
Asin.
Flavored o hindi? O sige, silipin natin yung next nating sign. It says, please do not stand, sit, climb, or lean on zoo fences. If you fall, animals could eat you and that might make them sick.
Correct.
Priorities. Thank you. Priorities.
Nanahimik kasi yung mga hayop, kukunin nyo sa wild.
Oy, pero importante yan yung mga ibang masyadong medyo natutuwa. You have to remember, hindi naman natin kontrolado kung ano yung reaction din ng mga, lalo yung mga wild animals
Correct.
Oo.
Lalo yung mga unggoy, mamaya batuhin ka ng ano nila eh.
Buti kung mabato ka lang, kung kagating ka.
Meron
Diba?
din nananabunot.
Ayun na nga.
Yes.
Ito, next naman nating sign.
Chat sa kaluluwa. Alright? Iba-ibang rate siyempre, depende sa haba. Okay. Magkano 5 minutes, Denise?
100.
10 minutes.
150.
150! Okay, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, 250.
Pero kung gusto mo ng only,
Ay, 500 pesos.
500 pesos! Walang F, tandaan, 5 pesos.
Petot. Ang mahal naman. Paano pag marites na marites ka? Kailangan investment yan.
Only. Magdedemandahan tayo pag hindi mo tinupad yan. At dapat magsabi ka ng totoo dahil, direct,
Dahil?
tayong lahat dito na humarap ng camera, magsasabi ng katotohanan dapat. Dahil, based sa balita kanina, it's a sin to tell a lie.
Okay, kung meron po kayong mga nakita pang kakaiba, nakakatawa o nakakatuwang signs, please send them to us at afternoondelightON@gmail.com at sabay-sabay natin yung katuwaan in the coming weeks. That will do it for us though, this Tuesday, June 18. Thank you for watching Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Denise Dang.
Okay, bukas pa rin, 2 p.m. Ako po si Lourd de Veyra, magsama-sama tayo. This has been your Afternoon Delight.